Hi, good afternoon. How are you? I had an idea, so I'm here. Sarah's still sorting the shop out and everything. So we're going to do a quick clutch, which could get bigger if need be. So I thought I would just take you through that. So we're due to pack, ready to go to, where are we going? Newton Abbot, and then Sarah's to Duxford next week. She's taking Phil with her because he booked holiday and she wouldn't have been here, so he's going to go. So I get to stay at home in the shop. So the little clutch that we are making is really small. It's just a little one, so quick, so easy that I thought, well, if you were going out somewhere and you needed one that matched whatever you were wearing, this would be a quick little thing to do. Okay, so you it's big enough to put your phone in, okay, and any money and stuff. All right, so it's just a really quick little thing to make. So how are you all? Hiya Anne, how was your birthday yesterday? Did you have a nice day? Hiya Heather, how are you? And Ali, I'll see you in a few days. And Kate, how are you doing? So it's just a real quickie. Okay, so I'm going to talk you through how it all went down. Which one are we on? This one. Okay, so I saw the video on YouTube, as I do, and thought, do you know what? That would be quite an easy one to do. So first of all, I had to make a pattern. All right. So I put two pieces. This is how I tend to make patterns and everything. I put two pieces together. I actually, with the one that I did, I put two pieces together and then put one on the top. But I cut up most of it. My pattern is actually 12 inches and you only get 11 and a bit, 11 and 3/4 I think it is, with length on an A4. Okay, so it's actually, can you see, it's actually slightly bigger here, but you could always just add, because it's a straight edge at the bottom, you can always cut 1/4 inch or just go with it at the 11. All right, so the bottom half needs to be 8 inches. Okay, we're going to end up with a 4-inch overlap, or it's just under 4 inches with your 1/4 inch seam allowance. Okay, so you're going to measure up your 8 inches to here, and it's pretty much, you fold it in 3. Okay, so you're going to fold it in 3, and then this top bit is going to come down. All right, so you need that to be able to come down here. So it's two pieces of A4, sellotape together, find your thirds. This is your bottom half, and then you're going to cut along here. It's going to be folded into the middle, so you know that this is the size of your clutch bag and this needs to fold down over it, your top. Okay, so you would cut off and cut your flap. All right, so we're going to use the one I have cut, which is this one. I've put my fabrics right sides together. You only need a fat 1/4 for this, less than a fat 1/4. So I've put my two fabrics together like this, and I'm going to put my pattern piece, I'm going to put it into the corner here. and attach that in there. So I've already trimmed this so that my edge is straight. Okay, there's another one somewhere. And then we're just going to cut it out. Alright. So how is everybody? How you doing? We're like I say, we're in the shop, putting out wool, packing up, and all sorts of things. So we're just going up here. There's been a lot of you have ordered the new crochet along over the weekend. Sarah's going to put the last 3 onto the website if you wanted to order it. Keep an eye on that. We've got 3 left, and they're a bit like rocking horse poop. They're selling out everywhere, and Sirdar have run out of some of the wools, so we're not going to be able to get any more. Right, so I've cut that out. Now that will be rubbish, but we're going to make our strap out of this bit here. Okay, so what I'm going to do, there was a lot about this pattern that once I started making it I wasn't keen on, and I changed a few things, as I do, and I'm sure if you do decide you're going to make them, you could do changes to it. It'd be ideal. Right, we don't need that now. So all I'm going to do now is I'm going to sew all the way around. Okay, so I'm going to leave a gap, but I'm going to sew all the way round, and then we're going to turn it out the right way. So you're not late, Jane, it's fine. So who have we got here? Hiya, Taryn. Oh, I'm glad you had a lovely day, Anne. I hope you were really spoilt. So hiya, Carol. Oh, it'd be good to see you. It'd be nice to see you too. That's all right, Leslie, you're not late. We're not late. Oh, sunny, but cool. Hiya, Lynn, how you doing? Right, we're going to take it over to the machine, and hopefully that's going to work. The camera, it was a bit... Oh, we've got a walking foot on this. That's okay. We will just work with that. Now, I used 1/4 inch all the way round. Okay, but you could use edge of foot if you don't have a 1/4 inch. It doesn't really matter as long as it's the same all the way round. So I'm going to come up to here, turn over. I'm following the 1/4 inch on here. Right, can you see? It's working quite well. I'm using the 1/4 inch marked on here. So we're going along here, and when we get to this end, you need to go about 1/4 inch past. Okay, and I'm going to turn it round and go round the edge. Now you don't need to have a rounded off edge. You could, if you wanted to, you could do like an envelope, so a pointed bit. So if you wanted to, it doesn't have to be rounded off. I quite liked the look of the rounded off. So we're just working our way around. So I'm quite looking forward to the one in Newton Abbot. It's been a while since we've done anything down Exeter Way. This is a new one, so it will be an interesting to be somewhere where we haven't been before. It's in the race course down there, and apparently the hotel is within walking distance. It's like a Gatling gun, isn't it? Okay. Now I am just winging this really fast. I'm hoping it's okay. Now I used, on the ones that I did at home, I used a flannel on the outside, which would give it a bit of stiffness. You could, if you wanted to, use an interfacing, but the whole idea of this is that it's a quick one, that if you're going out in the evening and you haven't got a little bag to carry your phone and your lippy and everything. Oh, I've gone too far, haven't I? That this one would be a quick one for you to do with, I'm not going to get it through that little tiny gap there, am I? It'd be a quick one for you to do what before you go out. That was the idea. Right, where's my end? There. I'm going to have to unpick back. A little way. So I think we went down to Newton Abbot the one time when we were doing beads. We were bead buyers at the time. We did made jewellery. We got Dave to take us down there. I'm pretty certain we've been down there before to one of the gem and bead shows. Okay, so we're going around here. Now you want to snip into your curves. Okay, remember when it's a convex going out, you have to put notches. When it goes in, you put in a you snip it. So we're just going to go around here, and I'm going to put the notches in quickly with a Pinkin's shears. So like this, and then nip into that corner there, like that. So we are chopping off our corners. Gives you a nice sharper corner here, like this. Like I say, quick and easy. Nice little bit of sewing, and just under a fat quarter of each. How do you make your bags? Do you do them when you make a bag? Do you have your snazzy fabric on the outside, or do you have your snazzy fabric on the inside? I like a plain outside, and you open it out and it's a snazzy inside. That's how I like it. So we're going to prod out our corners here. Like this. Prod them out. The squealing is Bluey, by the way. Nobody's killing anybody around here. It's just Bluey. Okay. So there's no need to go around it and top stitch it at this point. You will be doing that in a later date, later point. Roll your seams, and then I would iron them out. Iron in your seam here, which we are going to close up now when we do it with the other one. Now this is the bit I wasn't keen on, really wasn't keen on this bit, because you end up with a ridge. Now if if I was to do it and I wanted to and I wanted it to be of use a lot, I would change that. I'm not sure that I would want that ridge. I'd have to find a way of doing it, but I'll show you what you do. It's very difficult to do it through the machine flat because you could put a decorative stitch on it, but it was very difficult for me to get it through the machine now in the next bit. I also wanted to change the fact that when you put anything in here, there's no closure. If you were to put money in here and put change in there, it's just going to fall out. So with this one, I put Velcro. However, it goes all the way through. The best one to put Velcro on is this middle one here. Okay, which would be a little bit more difficult to sew, because what I did was I put my Velcro on at this point. You're going to fold this in like this, okay, so that it meets in the middle. And really it would be nice to be able to decoratively sew this together here. So before I sewed it together, I put a long piece here in the middle of the Velcro and then two shorter pieces, so that when I did that, it closed up. I had a closure. I could sew along here and put a line in down there, which would then make that a closed pocket and you wouldn't have anything floating out. There was a lot about this. It looked like a really good thing, and then as I started doing it, I thought, I don't like that bit and I don't like this bit, but we get there in the end. So this, I thought about it. I can't get it to go under the machine, I don't think. You can get like halfway, I suppose, and then turn around and go the other half. That bit is going to be, because you're going to sew that and then pull this up like that. So if you stopped here, that's going to be right at the bottom. That would be quite good. So it's going to be at the bottom, so you wouldn't see it anyway, and then that would be sewn flat. But what I did was I put it and did a top stitch down there. So I enclosed my edge here. So what would you do? How would you deal with that? Would you yeah, oh, you like the pattern on the outside and an in your face inside. See, I love an in your face fabric. Hi Elcindy, how are you? So I'm just going to put a top stitch in this one just for quickness. Now if you up your stitch length to like 3 instead of 2.5, it goes through a lot easier. I'm trying to do it as close to the edge, which will enclose my opening that I left for turning, and won't leave as much of a doobly what's it. So you can see I've got a thing. Now if you did it so that it was a bigger bit, this would then flare out and you could make it a feature. You could iron that, whatever that is, your flap, you could iron that. There we go, camera. Yes, you could, if you wanted to, you could make this bit here wider so that this then will iron out. You pull it out and you could create a feature with it like that. Okay, so we're going to go on to doing the handle. Now you could either use just your outside or your inside and fold it in half and then fold it in like that, and then like that, so that you end up with this. So that would be your edge, and then you just top stitch all the way around. Or you can cut it at 2.5. If you cut this at 2.5, let's get down that one. Like this. If you cut a 2.5, no, you don't want a 2.5. 2 is quite wide. 1.5. If you cut 1.5 on the piece that you cut off on the end, which is why we saved it. Okay, and we're just going to we're going to sew up and round and then turn it out the right way. Okay, so you're a pink person, are you, Lynn? I'm any colour. I don't mind what colour. I like a pattern, as you can see from the three ones that I've made. I've gone with bright patterns. But I mean, if you've made your dress, there's no reason why you can't do this to make a little clutch bag to go with whatever fabric that you've made them in. Okay, so we've gone all the way around the outside. Okay, and we're just going to turn it out. So I'm going to snip off our corners once again. Now, there's a way of putting a bit of wool or thread as you sew, put it on the inside, but I what did I do with, oh there it is. I tried to do it yesterday and I ended up pulling it and it all just came out. So I'm just gonna turn it round. This is why I normally do the straps the other way, but I wanted a bit of an inside. So, camera. What camera? The needle goes into the fabric on the left and then out and cover the edge so that when you flatten it out, it lays flat. It does it? I ummed and ahed about whether it would, but I never got round to trying it out at home. So you would fold it as we had and then use a wide zigzag. The needle goes into the fabric on the left and then out and over the edge so that when you flatten it out it lays flat. Okay, well we could try that. I mean, on the video that I looked at on Pinterest, all they did was they went like that to signify that it was sewn and then didn't do anything about it. Right, so we need to make an end for this one. Okay, this needs to go in because we're not hiding it in anything. We're going to hide it inside your bag, but it doesn't disappear as such. So you would tuck this in like that. Okay, it's all tucked in, and then we're just going to top stitch that. Gonna give it a bit of an iron. Where did we get the idea? Probably Pinterest or something that came up on Facebook. It's not my express thing, but it's one of the. I mean, I've made a couple of changes to it, as I do normally. You know, if you think about it, we've done about 300 and something. Well, no, we've been going for 3 years. There's 364, there's 52, so we're doing, yeah, we must have done between 300 and 500 different tutorials in the time. And this is just not working on this. My top stitching, it's a good job I'm going to hide most of it. So I've just put the top stitch on here. Down here. It doesn't like this. Now at home I would have rolled the edge . Good job you're not going to see half of that. So I've top stitched this very badly in some places, and we're going to, all you're going to do is you're going to tuck that in there, okay, and then this is going to be folded up. Now if you want, I just sewed a popper onto this one and then put a button on the outside. Okay, if you wanted to put in a magnetic clasp, before you sew this bit, you can place one in there and up here before you sew it all down. Okay, so that you can place one here, and then by folding this down you would work out where you want to put your popper. Okay, a zip, you could put a zip in here now if you wanted to, and like I say, this bit here will be enclosed, so doing this one here is probably a better idea if you're going to enclose it. Okay, so we're going to, now I'm going to top stitch from here all the way up, round and down, which will enclose and will put your bag all together. Okay, and finish it off. Let's stick the iron on this bit like that. Okay, we want that in there like that. Okay, so we're giving you these ideas. There's no reason why you can't run with them and make your own and decide that you're going to do something slightly different. No, that one. I think she's very, very funny today. So, pull that out a bit more. Make sure that that folds in there. Now I would probably have chosen, if I was at home, I would have chosen a different colour to do my top stitch. I might have done a variegated in bright colours so that it all fit in with what's inside, or a plain black. Coming up to here. Go. So you can see from here, oh, I've run out of bobbin. See, now my new machine wouldn't have let me do that. So I've run out of bobbin halfway round, but you get the idea. Look, couldn't have. So what I would do now is sew on a popper and then put a fancy jazzy button on the front, and you have your little clutch bag. It's a really quick, easy make. It'll sit on your wrist, so as long as you haven't got any change in there, it'll be fine. But it's sometimes you just want something. You can make these to carry stuff in your handbag. They're nice and flat. Don't need the this bit then, the handle, but you could keep your foreign money in there, or keep your, sanitary products, or your lipstick, or anything. It's just another pouch. We've brought you plenty. So there we go. That's another quick little make. It's nice to use up a little bit of fabric as well. There's a little bit more to go in the scrap bags. So that's it. There's a quick make. I think trying it out with the zigzag would probably be a good thing. Like Lynn suggested, I think it would it'll work well. So I might try that one next time. I'll see some of you. Sorry. I'll see some of you at Newton Abbot, and we'll be back. I'll be back next week at some point. See you then. Take care. Bye.